What's up, guys? Welcome to Bro Beats. Today I'm going to be showing you chord progressions. All right, I showed major and minor scales and how to make those in the last video, and in this one, I'm gonna show you how to make a chord. I'm gonna show you how to get rid of beat block somewhat, and then I'm gonna show you just some tips on chords and how to use them. All right, so first, how to build the chord. You just skip every other note in the scale. All right, don't be like, I'm gonna start on the root note, skip every other note. You could technically do that, but it doesn't work for it doesn't work in the scale, meaning all these like white notes here. You want to skip every other note in that scale. So the next note, nope, skip that one. The next note, nope, skip that one. And that's how you make your triad, your chord. All right, now you can go further with this. And I think that's a minor ninth, actually. But I'm not going to get complicated. Simple. We're keeping it simple. All right, so that's how you make a chord. That is probably the most simple thing I can explain on my channel, period. All right. Now, how to get rid of beat block. All right. I'm in a D minor, so I'm going to start on the root note, the D, right? So I'm going to just place every note leading up back to the root note. So let's just do this real quick. All right, so now we're gonna make our chord. All right, so I'm gonna just do that, skip every other note in this scale. All right, so you'll just watch me do that. All right, and this is what it'll sound like. I'm gonna just speed it up. And all those sounded really good, right? So what you can do, and I'm sure you thought of it by now, you can mix these and you can like switch them out. All right, so you can switch this. All right, okay, you can switch this out. And I'm gonna focus on these more. You can switch these out. All right, so I'm gonna just play these and then play this one. All right, so that's something else you can do. All right, so now that you kind of have that little tip or whatever, how to get rid of beat block, now I'm gonna show you another way. Maybe you're not liking this sound. All right, so I'm gonna switch these back. Let me see. Say you like the way these begin, you don't want to switch them. All right, but it's just something is off, right? Something is off. What you can do is invert notes. All right, and I'm going to try to explain this very simply. So when you invert a note, you're just making it, you're putting it on the same note, but just in a different octave. All right. So the C note here, highlight it, you just control down to make it go to the lower octave. All right, and it's going to go to the same octave here. All right, and then you could do that with this note. All right, and this is going to create a kind of, I want to say, is obviously the notes are lower, so it's going to create like a darker sound. So we could just play it. All right, you can do that with a bunch of notes. All right, you can do it with the middle notes. We can try it with the middle note. Now that's kind of stretching it a little too, but you can do that. I just like to stick with the bottom notes and the upper notes, so we can do that. All right, so that we're done with that. You can experiment with that now that you know that, or maybe you knew it already, I don't know. And keep in mind, these are just suggestions and things. You don't have to do this stuff, just showing you it. All right, so you can have it in your little stash of tricks or whatever. So let me actually make this a little larger. So now what you can do, let's go back to the root notes. Now you can use these stamps. All right, now augmented, diminished, all this other stuff, you know, when you pull it in here, and diminished will only work on a certain part in this minor scale, which is right here. It's going to create a really dark sound, and I'll show you what that sounds like right now. All right, it's going to kind of like create tension, and that's basically what, all right, let me delete this. That's basically what all of these do. All right, just to keep it simple. I'm kind of hesitant to say that because that's not really exact. That's not the exact truth, but to keep it simple, just for making beats purposes. I mean, unless you're like producing for Rihanna, or I don't know, you produce some really high production stuff, you don't really need to know, right? Because most of this you probably make on accident. Like when I'm making a beat, I don't come in here, I'm like, I think a diminished chord will sound really good on this beat. Like, no, nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't come in here with suspended, like, oh, let me put a suspended at the end, you know, unless you're a master piano player, then maybe you do. But for the rest of us, you know, we don't do that stuff. All right. So now you can take a suspended chord and you can do the same thing you did with the triads. All right. And obviously you have to mix, you know, put these on the scale. And then let's put this. All right. And we can just play this. And what I noticed with the suspended, the reason I'm showing you suspended is because it kind of creates really cool sounds, kind of like a floaty type of sound. You get like a nav sound with that if you're into nav and that like OVO sound. I'm gonna invert these. All right, and that definitely sounds like something that would be in a nav beat. You can mix it up. All right. You can add diminished. All right. Let's add a diminished in there and see what that sounds like. All right, and you can see there's a lot of tension, right? And you kind of want that to release, and that's what these kind of do. These you know, these augmented, diminished notes. One other one is minor ninth. It's pretty popular nowadays. It kind of creates that lush sound. We can put that at the end here. Make sure it's matched up, and yeah, probably put something else here so it goes smoothly. All right, I'm sure you recognize that kind of sound by now. All right, so I'm just trying to think if is there anything else I could show you besides this. I want to keep it simple and just keep it straight on these. And again, you probably won't use them, but just knowing that they're there, so you can be like, all right, I'm not getting the sound I want. And I'm sure you've seen me in videos kind of like messing around like this, like doing this. People do this, but really you could probably just come in here and click on a note or something, right? So I'm gonna delete these. So that's gonna be, you know, heading towards the end of this video. Again, that chord, you know what I'm saying, just to have an overview. The chord, just skip every other note in the scale, right? And then if you have beat block, you can just put the notes down and just make a chord. All right. And then you can mix match them, all that stuff, invert them. All right. So hopefully this video helped you out. I really hope it did. I'm not sure if I did a really good job of explaining it or not. This is really complex stuff. I'm trying to like really dumb it down so anybody can, you know, a beginner just installing FL or whatever DAW they have today, and they come to my video and like, oh, okay, I know how to make, you know, chord progressions. All right. What's another thing I can show you real quick? I guess, you know, you can just mess with these. Just make sure they're on the scale. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.